Hey guys, welcome to a TBR cart video. It's been a while since I've added books to my TBR cart, and I was feeling really uninspired every time I would look at it. When I originally started having a cart with books I was excited to read, every time I looked at it I was just like, oh, I gotta finish my current book so I can read those books because I was so excited. And lately it's just been like, I don't want to read any of those. So we've cleaned the cart off and I'm going to fill it back up. I took all the books off. I'm going to add back 3 of them, and they are Agatha Christie books. I have been reading Agatha Christie books, so I don't feel bad putting these on. So I've got Ordeal by Innocence. This one is just a regular one. Apparently this is one of Agatha Christie's favorites. This one is Third Girl, which is a Perot book, and Cards on the Table, which is another Perot book. These 3 were on there already, so these will go back. I'm not sure how I'm going to be arranging this. We will see as it goes. Maybe I'll kind of figure something out. I'm hoping I can this time fill out the one side of the cart. Like for the, well, I think actually ever since I started it, I had books going on both sides. And that's a little bit much. So kind of my philosophy here is books that I'm really excited about. And then when I make my TBR each month, I'm going to pick a few books I'm excited about. I'm going to use Hey Reader for a few books, just a few. I'm thinking maybe 3 a month, just to push me to pick up something maybe I wouldn't have otherwise. And we're going to go from there. I'm going to try to have smaller monthly TBRs so I can kind of mood read and then pick from the cart even if I want while I'm mood reading. And I will have a link below that will have a list of all the books that are on my TBR cart. I have been pretty decent with keeping that updated. Now I need to go and delete everything off of there and add in all the books that I add on now. But if you want to see what's on my TBR cart at any given time, that list is usually pretty up to date. So we'll start with Agatha Christie here. And speaking of Agatha Christie, I have quite a few books here that are on my summer TBR that I haven't gotten to yet that are going to go on the cart, and this is one of them. The Secret Adversary. So this one is a Tommy and Tuppence. This is the first book in that series. So I'm going to add that one in as well. And I'm pretty sure that was my only, well, kind of. This is an Agatha Christie knockoff. When I bought it, I thought it was an Agatha Christie book, but it's actually by Sophie Hannah. This is the Monogram Murders, so I may as well kind of put that there. I feel like, I don't know if this was good marketing or bad marketing. I mean, it got my attention, but I was disappointed because I thought this was by Agatha Christie. Okay, so maybe I'll just pick out some mystery type stuff. This one is, oh, I shouldn't have this one on here. I was going to say Portrait of Vengeance, but I think that I need to read some other books first. So I have the whole series here. I think The Bones Will Speak is book 2 in this series. And then maybe once I've finished The Bones Will Speak, I'll add in the other ones. Then When Death Draws Near and Portrait of Vengeance are books 3 and 4. So this is a series about we follow a forensic artist, and I don't know, I read book 1 in the series quite a while ago, and then I've read quite a few more Carrie Stewart Parks since, and this is not my favorite series of hers, judging from that one book, but I still want to finish it for sure. So that's Christian suspense mystery. Yeah, this isn't really going to work to go in order. I'm just going to pick up books that are in front of me. Ooh, I'm kind of embarrassed that this one is still on my stack. The Haunting at Bonaventure Circus. It's on my summer TBR. I'm really hoping to get to it. I normally fly through Jamie Jo Wright books, so this one should be fast. I just know it's dual timeline and it has something to do with the circus, and she usually has some deep themes running through her books, so I think this will be a good one. Okay, and this one is nonfiction, Keep Showing Up. How to Stay Crazy in Love When Your Love Drives You Crazy. This is a marriage nonfiction book that I accidentally bought, thinking it was more like a friendship book, but I've read some Karen Eman before and really enjoyed it, so this one's on my stack. I feel like nonfiction should have its own section. I'm going to put it at the bottom because I don't think I have, I was going to say I don't think I have very much on here, but I don't know if I have any. Okay, let's go with this one. Light from Distant Stars by Sean Smucker. Honestly, I don't even know. This is just, it's by Revel, so it's kind of like Christian publishing, I'm assuming. And it says fiction, When Cohen steps over his father's body in the basement embalming room of the family's funeral home, he has no idea he is stepping into a labyrinth of memory. I have no idea. I just know I've like heard of that book before. I don't even know in which way. One that I bought fairly recently was Border Son, and now I don't remember what it was about, but I think this is like Christian suspense, and it's written by a man, and usually when Christian suspense books are written by men, there's not a huge strong romance element, so I am really excited to read this one and see if it's any good. So far this is very much mystery suspense going up here, that's for sure. We'll keep with the theme. Terry Blackstock's Last Light. This is book 1 in the Restoration novel. Doug's mind raced to understand. Planes were falling out of the sky, crashing and burning. Okay, so is this 9/11 or is this something else? It doesn't actually say. What year was this written? 2005. So, yeah, I generally have liked Terry Blackstock's books. So, oh, I do have another nonfiction. Jesus is Greater Than Religion. Why He's So Much Better Than Trying Harder, Doing More, and Being Good Enough. I picked this one up after I read his wife's book, Satisfied. So there's that one. So I guess 2 nonfiction. Let's go with mystery here. The Beekeeper's Apprentice. I just shared this one in my recent book haul. It's a spin-off of Sherlock. We follow Mary Russell, who wants to apprentice with Sherlock. So I read this one quite a few years ago. I want to say like 7 to 10 years ago. Oh, it was written in 94, so like that's totally possible. And I would like to reread it, and then potentially if I enjoy it as much as I did the first time, I want to continue with this series. Any other mystery suspense? This one is A Network of Deception. I think this is also Revel, fiction, suspense. He's committed to his country, she's committed to her God. The problem is someone is committed to their utter destruction. So, right, I do remember I bought this off of Book Outlet because I was, I think it was from Book Outlet. I was curious because I'd never heard of this author, but it definitely sounds like it has romantic suspense vibes. But we'll see because it's a male author, so maybe it won't. Another in the suspense kind of genre is Outbreak. This one has to do with a like a pandemic or some kind of something's happening off the west coast of Africa. Yeah, some kind of outbreak. I'm not even sure what. But that one was interesting. This one's by Bethany House. Also a male with suspense. Obviously there's something here. I obviously want to try some male authors in the Christian suspense genre. Speaking of, this one is also in that, and that is The Pawn. This one I like want to read ASAP pretty much. It's the first in a series of Patrick Bowers thriller. So Special Agent Patrick Bowers never met a killer he couldn't catch until now. So obviously I have a bit of a theme going on. I do like the mystery suspense genre, and I got some more in this genre. Let's see. This one is not Christian fiction. This one just says fiction. I remember picking this up from Book Outlet, but I don't remember why. Vanishing Girls by Lisa Reagan. She was close enough to see that the girl had written a word on the wall in bright warm red blood. Not a word actually, a name. So a girl goes missing and a small town searches for her, but Detective Josie Quinn finds another girl they didn't even know was missing. Oh yeah, so this is a series, and I think they have more in the series on Book Outlet, so I would like to read it to see if I should buy the other ones. Yes, another fiction suspense. This is by Tyndale Fiction. So The Justice Game. So this is probably kind of I'm assuming lawyer-esque. Normally I don't like that kind of idea. That's kind of my things I don't like in books, but something made me pick this up. For some, justice is a game. For others, it's a matter of life and death. Yeah, okay. I read the back. I don't remember why this like grabbed my attention, but we'll try that one. I had no idea I had so much variety in this genre. I guess this one doesn't quite fit here. That one will go down. Then I have Rochelle Decker's 9. Some Secrets Can't Stay Hidden. I'm going to be also adding in The Girl Behind the Red Rope because this is our buddy read for August. So I know I'm going to be reading this in August. and this is suspense, something with cult vibes, I know for sure. So that one's gonna go here. And I thought that this one was kind of like a follow-up of that, but I could be wrong. If you know, let me know. This one says, Zoe Johnson has spent most of her life living in the shadows, never drawing attention to herself, never investing in people or places. But then a teenager with no memory walks into the diner where she works, everything changes. Yeah, so I can't remember, I don't know if those are supposed to be connected in some way. In case they are, I probably won't put this on my August TBR since I know I'm reading this for sure. And then this one says fiction. Sister Eve, Private Eye, a divine private detective agency mystery. This one definitely sounds like it could be cheesy, but it could be good. Sister Eve knows God moves in mysterious ways, and Eve adores a good mystery, especially a murder. So we've got a nun who is kind of playing detective. Sounds very Father Brown-esque, which I still haven't read because my brother has been borrowing it since January. Eventually I will read it. So there's that one. This one I think is mystery as well. Deadly Curious. I just hauled this one as well. So it's set in 1834, and yeah, I think one of her goals is she wants to join the famed Bow Street Runners, London's most elite corps of detectives. So that's like very taboo back then. I honestly was just like really drawn to this cover. I like the silhouette. I don't normally like people on covers, but the silhouette is working for me. Okay, then this one has to go on there. This is The Runaway King. This is book 2 in the Ascendance series. I'm eventually going to finish the series, and since book 1 was a 5-star book for me, I need to read this. I also recently hauled this one, The Child Finder. It's about a woman who helps people find their missing children, and I think there was like some kind of vibes as to maybe she went missing as a kid as well or something. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I found this one at the library in their sale bin, so I'm not sure if it will be that great, but we'll try it. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to do some rearranging because I'm putting this on my cart. Oathbringer. This one might just have to go in the back because this is kind of in its a league of its own. This one is book 3 in the Stormlight Archive, and it needs its own spot. It's just gonna have to go back here. Okay, then more like fantasy. I've got Safik. I think this is YA fantasy, maybe. This is book 2 after Incarceron, and I just believe it's just a duology. It's like there's a prison that is kind of like alive, I guess is what it is. And so I read that one a few months ago. Quite enjoyed it, but haven't got to book 2 yet. Then I've got Christian fiction. This is it's called True Silver. It's the Sword Speaker saga. The author sent this to me, and it actually sounded really interesting. It sounded very much kind of like Skyward, because there's this guy, he can't accept that his father was a coward, so he was bullied for his father's actions, which reminds me of Skyward. And then there was something else that kind of made me think of, I think it was like the Wingfeather saga or something. So I hope to get to that one soon. I think this one's also fantasy. This is middle grade, The Missing Found. So it's about kids that go missing, but then there's like a fantastical element. This boy had always known he was adopted, and he's never thought it was any big deal. Then he and a new friend, who's also adopted, began receiving mysterious letters. The first one says, "You are one of the missing." The second one says, "Beware, they're coming back to get you." So that piqued my interest for sure. We'll put some middle grade down here. This one was also one I picked up because it had like some kind of adoption themes. Half a World Away. A boy that's, oh, there's a fly in here, that was adopted like 10 years ago or something, is going with his family out of country to adopt another kid, and he's feeling like obviously he's not enough because they need to adopt another kid. So that piqued my interest, and this one has like really big font, so be a fairly fast read as well. Then I actually pulled out a bunch of the books that I got at the same time that had adoption themes. I don't want to put all of them on the cart. I think, you know, if you have like too many heavy books at once, that's a lot for the heart. But The Language of Flowers, I've heard good things about this. It's about a girl that ages out of the system, I think, and yeah, I'm not sure where it goes from there, but I'll just kind of put it down with my middle grade-ish books. And then I've got Cinder Girl, and this is a memoir of a girl who lived in a really rough family, and I think she spent some time in the foster care system, and now she helps kids in foster care and stuff. So that sounded like an interesting story. So there we go. I got 3 nonfiction. Okay, and then this one is another foster care adoption book. Growing up in foster care, I don't know how to pronounce her name, has lived in many homes, and if she's learned one thing, it's to pack light. So I thought this one might be interesting since, you know, we're a foster family, and like this cover was stunning. So what I carry will also be added. Then just for fun, whoops, High Society. I recently hauled this one. This is just, I think, like, I think it's probably like YA mystery, but like very light on the mystery. A lot of people have recommended, speaking of like light on the mystery, a lot of people have recommended cozy mysteries to me, and I found that's not my thing. I feel like this one kind of maybe will have cozy mystery vibes. I think it's about girls that are trained to, oh, here we go. For her 7th birthday, Katrina and her uncle Eddie traveled to Australia to steal the crown jewels. When she turned 15, she planned a con of her own, scamming her way into the best boarding school in the country, determined to leave the family business behind. So, yeah, I feel like it has cozy mystery vibes without being as cheesy maybe as some of the cozy mysteries. Like, if a cozy mystery has to do with like food or pets, I don't know, it makes me cringe. So that one seems a little bit more up my alley. For middle grade here as well, I've got Just Ella. This is, I think, like a Cinderella kind of like spin-off, but she's trying to learn to be Cinderella or like a princess, and she's pretty terrible at it. And I was a huge tomboy as a kid, so I feel like I might be able to relate to that from my childhood. So there's that. And I've got, I think, 2 more here. The Christie Miller collection. I have books 1 through 3 here. Summer Promise, A Whisper and a Wish, and Yours Forever. I'm really only planning on reading one of them, just to remember some of my like childhood reads, and also to see if this is something that I want my daughter to read, because she's kind of getting to that like young YA reading stage a little bit, I think. And the last book, oh, also a nonfiction, but kind of very different than my other nonfiction. This is Shirley Jackson's Let Me Tell You. Stories, essays, and other writings, and I believe these are, yeah, just a variety of different things that were never published before. And I like Shirley Jackson's short stories, so I thought this might be interesting. So there you have it. This is actually like way less books than I had before. I could probably, I can make room for Oathbringer here. There we go. So there's my TBR cart. My next video now should be my August TBR. Let me know if there's any books here that you like think that I'm going to love that I should put on my August TBR, because like I said, I'm pretty sure that fly just like buzzed right in front of there. Like I said, I'm gonna pick out a few books that like are really piquing my interest. The Girl Behind the Red Rope for sure will be on my list because we're doing a buddy read in August. And then I'm going to use Hey Reader just to pick a few other ones. So I have like, I don't know, maybe like 7 to 8 on my list for the month. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.